So I was sent this clip. Again, the pastor's name is Caleb Lines, and I don't know where he pastors, but he's a progressive pastor somewhere. And he has a clip out where he talks about why religious people like you and me oppose abortion. And his point is that if he can show why we oppose it, he can debunk our argument. Well, let's see how he does. We'll take a look at it here and see what he does. We'll just pick him up right from the beginning. I'm going to watch him here on my phone and see if we can't figure out what he thinks.
Why on earth are religious groups so concerned about this? Have you ever wondered that? Well, the answer is that they really weren't until 1978. Did you know this? That in the 1970s, after Roe v. Wade became law in 1971, the Southern Baptist Convention, the most conservative evangelical group in the United States, passed 4 resolutions in favor of a person's right to choose. Did you know this? In the 1970s, the Southern Baptist Convention was in favor of a person's right to choose. Here's what happened. When Brown v. Board of Education became law, which made it illegal to segregate schools, white folks, especially white folks in the South, began to put their children in private Christian schools. They were called segregation academies. And that way, their good little white children didn't have to learn with children of color. These were religious organizations with a 501c3 status. Eventually, that was ruled unconstitutional under the Nixon administration, and any school that was doing this would lose its 501c3 status. Now, there was this guy, his name was Paul Weyrich. You ever heard of him? He was a political strategist, and he was all in favor of using the segregation issue to get white, conservative, Southern evangelicals out to vote. When it turned out that segregation could no longer be the issue to get those folks out to vote, he started looking for another issue. And he tried several, but in 1978, he came up with this plan to try the issue of abortion. And he identified 4 midterm elections. And he sent people out with pamphlets about abortion to pamphlet church parking lots. And so they went to church parking lots, and in these close elections with Democratic incumbents and very conservative, anti-reproductive health Republicans running in very low voter turnout races, that strategy worked. And in all 4 of those elections, those anti-reproductive health candidates won the election. And they realized that abortion was an issue that would get people out to vote. It would galvanize that Southern conservative, white, evangelical base. And so they really latched on to that. Jerry Falwell, by his own admission, didn't preach about abortion for years after Roe v. Wade became law. But in 1978, Paul Weyrich recognized that this was the issue, and so he helped Jerry Falwell found the moral majority. In fact, Paul Weyrich coined the term moral majority. And that became the issue to get people out to vote at the polls. What's abortion really about? It's really about racism. That's what it's about.
All right, let's stop it right there. That was about a 3-minute sermonette from the good pastor. Where does it go off the rails? Well, it goes off the rails right at the beginning because the entire thing commits what's known as the genetic fallacy. And this is where you fault an idea based on its alleged origins rather than by the merits of the argument itself.